This podcast is supported by FX's English Teacher, a new comedy from executive producers of What We Do in the Shadows and Baskets. English Teacher follows Evan, a teacher in Austin, Texas, who learns if it's really possible to be your full self at your job while often finding himself at the intersection of the personal, professional, and political aspects of working at a high school. FX's English Teacher premieres September 2nd on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Adam, your mail just came.
Oh, yes. I've been waiting for this. Yes, it came.
Adam, what is that?
Oh, it's a package full of pills that help me have longer, stronger...
No. Behind that. The thing behind
What's that?
Oh, it's a letter. It's a letter full of erotic literature that helps me have longer, stronger...
No, Adam, behind that.
There's another letter.
Oh, do you mean this letter from a listener?
That's right! What the...
We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake while the quality's sick. We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake while the quality's sick. We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake while the quality's sick.
They say if you love...
Adam, I'll handle this today.
Excuse me?
They say that hindsight is 20/20, but what happens if you're looking backwards through a dirty back windshield and you realize you should have let those Venezuelan people on the median wash that so that you could see from whence you just came more clearly, as clear as you can out the front window. And they'll even put a little heart back there. So let them clean your back windshield. Hi, this is the Grolic Saves the World podcast. I'm Ben Roy.
I'm Adam Caton Holland.
And I'm
And this is a podcast about bettering the world. And that was one of Ben's diamonds.
Okay,
that was possibly the worst.
I just
that
want
was
to
possibly the worst opening in
guys,
the history.
I'm trying something out.
What the fuck
I want to
is happening?
change the podcast. I want to contribute a little something. So I've been fooling around with this idea of doing like maybe every so often I take over and I do these little snippets of like pressured
Of
wisdom
nonsense.
of like ideas that come out of me, and I want to call them Ben's diamonds.
Okay, so
Oh
that is interesting because as loyal listeners know, but some people may be learning, I typically start out every episode with a little nugget of wisdom, a pearl, if you will, and they've become known as Adam's pearls, and they're beloved. And
I respect
and
that,
there's a
Adam.
coffee table book movement. We have many people who've pledged they will buy it when it's complete. And so,
I respect that, Adam. I respect your boundaries and I respect your territory on this and I respect your contributions. I'm just trying to contribute something a little different. I think
It is a little different. What's great about Adam's pearls is they're smooth, they're small, they're succinct, they're pearl-like, whereas Ben's diamond more like coal. It was a little more coal than
under
diamond.
pressure, yes.
Yeah.
Tougher to
also,
resell.
what I find to be true, and
they-
I'm not flat out gonna say
Not much of a resell. What?
plagiarism, but
It's not-
I do think you're pretty clearly influenced by what it is that I've been doing. I said
don't
Adam's
see it.
pearls. You said
Mine's
Ben's
called
diamonds.
diamonds. Yours is called pearls.
Right,
Mine are
I know,
diamonds.
but like, say you came in and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to sing the intro because I'm in a band," and we're like, "Oh, cool, different thing." This feels very parallel to what it is that I've been doing.
Yeah, it's even like a precious stone.
Right.
It feels tacky to sing the intro unless you're going to do that, at which point I'd like to try it.
Also, your story is kind of horrifying. It's like a dirty windshield. There's people at the intersection that you've ignored, that you're wishing you hadn't ignored them. It's very like, it's made everyone uncomfortable out the gates is kind of what I'm
And here in Denver, we do have a Venezuelan migrant crisis. You know, they're cleaning the windows to feed their families.
Yeah,
Ben, not
and that's
to help
what I'm
you
saying.
with your
I should have let them. We
emotional
all
clarity.
benefit. And hindsight being 20/20 is not 20/20 if you didn't let them clean
Also,
the back
are you-
windshield. Is
The
what I was
windshield
saying.
doesn't affect the quality of your eyesight. You still see 20/20. You just see a dirty windshield.
And in
dude.
this Benz Diamond, are you driving while also craning your neck completely around to see out the back windshield while driving, or are you looking through the rearview mirror?
Yes, but that's because
Also, calling it the back windshield is going to make me truly insane. It's the rear window. The windshield is in the front of the car.
Thank you. Andrew knows
No,
about
it
cars.
the wind-
shields you from
it's the
wind.
windshield
You're
because
not
the
always
wind
driving
comes from the
into
front of the
wind.
car.
Sometimes there's a heavy tailwind,
not-
Andrew.
No one calls
You've
it rear
never cut-
windshield.
Smash
No
cut
one
to
in
a
history-
hurricane, gale
You've
force
never-
winds. Ben's reversing towards it, just doesn't give a fuck. Middle fingers blazing.
The rear window.
No, it's the rear. You're telling me it does not protect you from wind. If you are traveling easterly direction, you're telling me that window will not protect you from some wind. You're out of your fucking mind.
Circumstantially, sure.
I
We'll let the listeners chime in about Ben's diamonds, you're calling them?
Yes, they're little diamonds of wisdom
Ben's
that were
cubic
mined.
zirconium.
Part of getting a diamond is going into someone else's area and taking it from them.
It's like
Well, that
specifically Adam.
part is
Stealing
true. That part is true.
and going onto their land and claiming it as your own, and then taking it and extracting it from something they've worked hard for.
I see. So this segment should be called Ben's Blood Diamonds.
Ben's Blood Diamond Mind.
Yeah.
It's a new segment that we're debuting. You tell us what you think about it.
Mine,
Ben's Blood Diamond Mine.
And that's
Producer Ron, can we get some pickaxe sounds and some groans of pain? Thank you.
God, thank you. Some pickaxe sounds. That's beautiful. See, this is why I bring this kind of stuff to you guys, because you help me flesh. Basically, you do all the work. And that's what I was looking for. with
Well,
this.
I think all our listeners and me and Andrew and Ron all want to thank you for this exciting new direction that none of us knew the pod was going.
Now,
I find
Adam,
it novel.
when the
I find
episodes-
it what? I find it the
When the
direction to be easterly.
But just hear me out. Hear me out. When we started, you started to say something when the episode started, and I admit I did step on your toes
Yeah.
because I didn't want to lose my idea. It just hit me. So I was wondering, what were you going to say?
No, do you really fucking think that I'm going to allow you to besmirch my intros with Ben's derivative blood diamonds and then have me come in and mop it up with an Adam's Pearl after what you did? You started the episode this way, and I'm not driving anymore. You know what? I got out of the car and it's you're the man. You're the man right now. You're the man now, dog. So take the fucking wheel.
Oh,
and land this.
tough.
Just figure it out.
Well, that's not what I wanted, Adam. I didn't want this kind of pettiness. I was just trying to introduce a new thing to this. And I think what we're seeing here, Adam, and I think we're pulling back the curtain
Sure.
a little bit, is that I think the audience is starting to see how much trouble you have letting other people shine.
With the pearls comes the pettiness. That's the double-sided sword.
I mean, that is true of
Thank
most
you,
of my
Andrew.
customers.
Is that one of Andrew's swords?
It is.
You should start
double-sided.
one.
Some people say double-edged. I say
Andrew's
double-sided.
I've got Ben's blood diamonds, Adam's pearls, and Andrew's double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Double-sided sword.
Double-sided.
It's not really sharpened. I got it from a mall sword shop.
The
If there
Mile High
was
Flea Market.
any job that Andrew is overqualified for, it's to sell swords. I do like Andrew
I'd be,
having a sword.
I'd be so bored there. I'd be out of my.
Well,
On the map of Rift City, Andrew's Swords needs to be a new location.
double-sided
sword.
swords.
Yeah.
And it's not double-edged. No one knows why it's called double-sided till they get them and they realize these are not sharp at all.
They're more for spreads, cream cheeses, butter.
A butter sword is my
I mean, do you want a power move or not? Do you want a power move or not?
Listen, if you're having a medieval themed brunch, there's no better way to butter
You pull
the
out
toast.
a 5-foot Zweihander, put it in the butter.
Oh, excuse me, Alan. I couldn't help but notice your bagel has nothing atop it. And then you can reach all the way across the long banquet table.
No, you
Across
draw the
3
sword
people.
first, like you're gonna knight him.
Yeah. You put one dollop on his shoulder, one on his other shoulder, one on the top of his head, and then you butter his bagel for him.
In the pantheon of great Riff City riffs, I'm going to say etch this one on the outside of our comedy store.
Very silly.
Put this one on the outside of the Riff City Comedy Store, which a lot of people know. We've allowed them to
Ooh,
open
that
up.
club, by the way, is
Do not work that
very
club.
problematic.
Do not work that club.
The comics in there are doing awful stuff,
They're-
and you do not want to be a waitress there. Believe you me, it's a terrible place to work.
Yeah, people don't tip. People don't tip in Riff City.
The
and
Riff
we all
City
know it.
Comedy Store is a hell gig to end all hell gigs. You got to do a Tuesday to a Monday wrap around.
Oh, and you're not even in the original room. You're in the fucking colon room or whatever it's called upstairs.
colon
Anyway, I
room.
like
What is
the
it
murals,
called?
the belly room. Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
belly room.
You're down in the gallbladder of the
The
Riff City
colon
Comedy
room.
Store.
Colon. I thought it was. I knew it was something GI
Something
related.
digestive.
Yeah.
All right. This has been
All right.
fun.
Okay.
Ben's Blood Diamonds was a wild turn, but Andrew's
And it's cool that you all got to see it for its debut and final performance, which is rare. It's rare to get to see something in its entire lifespan.
Whatever.
However, very cool to
People will
witness
be
the birth.
craving it.
The birth of such a fertile premise as Andrew's two-sided swords. That is
Yes.
an exciting development within the pod, bringing everyone up to speed.
And I wish we had just a talented illustrator. Just one every time one riff gets illustrated to life, and that would definitely be the one. Andrew buttering someone's bagel with a long sword would be fucking hilarious.
As you can
All right.
clearly tell by listening to us, we are experts at everything. There's nothing we're
You name
not
it,
great at.
we've done it.
There's nothing we cannot help people with. We've done, at this point, I believe 30,000 episodes of this podcast. There's nothing we haven't dipped our foot into. And so we've just opened it up. We've said, you write us, you tell us what's going on in your world. And guess what? We are qualified to fix it. And we love nothing
and
more.
ring a ding ding.
Yeah,
we
got
have a letter.
We got a letter, and we got a
We
letter
have a
from
letter
Patreon, which we
from-
like especially because it means that we actually care.
As soon as the letter comes in, there's phone calls. We're being woken up. I have a special red phone in my room.
Yeah.
That rings only for Patreon letters.
It's got no numbers on it. It's just got a light that lights up.
Exactly. Yeah, the Commissioner Gordon style.
Hell yeah.
Yep. It's wild.
And
But we've got
it's
one.
directly to Ronnie D, right? To
Yeah, they go to Ronnie D, and Ronnie D brings them to us. So let's bring Ronnie D up from his bathysphere to read this. Oh my God, he's coming up too fast.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Oh
it's
my
too fast.
God. Oh.
It's too fast. The pressure. Listen to the pressure.
You
Oh my
can
God.
hear it.
Get him out.
Jane,
Get him
Jane,
out. He looks
he's
like-
gonna burst.
Oh God.
He's gonna burst.
He looks like a garbage pail kid in there. Get him out. Get him out. Adam, give me that pry bar.
Use your sword.
Oh
Use your
my
buttering
God.
sword to free
Use
him.
your
my
buttering
God.
sword.
Use your buttering
Hit
sword
the
to free
side
him.
of it with your buttering sword.
Oh my God. Thank God. We got him out.
Thanks, guys.
He's got the bends. All right.
Guys? Question mark? What the fuck was all of that? What was the last 12 minutes of this podcast?
Hey, buddy.
Ron, you don't have to listen. I mean, you do, but
I literally do. That's my job.
You should just be thankful to be alive and talking after what you just endured, my friend.
You came up out of Riff City
like a
Sound
cork.
so fast. We need to check some of your
We gotta
stabilizer.
calibrate the-
Yeah, this is bad.
The gift of 3 hours of sound design that you guys just gave me with that little riff. Thank you so much. I'm excited. Listeners, did you like what I did with it? Because that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted.
Put the AI juggalo on it, Ron. Who gives a shit?
Get Chatchit
All right.
the Redeemer. He has
my
a name,
God.
Adam.
Sorry.
Look up Easterly. That's his through the back windshield.
The
You
regular
can see
podcasters
Chatchit.
don't know about Chatchit the Redeemer. That's a Patreon exclusive situation.
That's right. That was an Act 4 thing from the AI episode, which it's insane.
They all live in his shadow. They may not know his name, but they know
They
his
feel
shadow.
his hand in their lives.
All right.
All right, Ronnie D.
So would you like to hear this letter? It's short, it's sweet, and I think it's something that you three you might actually have.
Yeah, that's
great
what we do
advice
every
for.
episode,
So-
Ron. We have great advice on everything, Ron. Right?
Sure, that's correct. That's right.
Okay, good talk. Because for a second, I thought we weren't
No,
on the same
I-
page, and that was discouraging to me. But I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, my contract doesn't expire until 2034. So yes, you are right. Great advice all the time. Okay, here
Hell
we
yeah.
go. So this is a message from Patreon, one of our Patreon supporters. They are wondering if you fellas could do an episode about how to organically make friends as an introverted adult. All of their longtime friends live out of state now. Patreon is their only kind of social media that they're on. So they are looking for offline options that are not intimidating.
Wow.
Wow.
First of all, way
This
to be
is-
healthy on social media. That only Patreon
Fuck
is your only
yeah.
social media. Like, good for
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Kudos
Yeah.
to this Patreon supporter for not being on social media other than us. That's pretty sweet.
Fuck yeah.
I love
Wild.
that.
Wild.
Yeah, I feel like when anybody ever says that they've retreated from social media and they've cut it out of their lives, it's the same reaction I get when I tell people I don't drink or anything else. People are like, "Oof,
what?
dude, good for you."
Totally. You're totally right.
Congratulations. I mean, even knowing that I still imbibe so much social media, I'm like, yes, you've made the right choice. That is so fucking smart. And
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's-
not online,
that's
but
great.
introverted adult looking to make friends.
Adult friend. This is a great one. And as Adam said, we are experts at this, but not just experts. We are competitive experts. So
Yes.
we will answer this letter and we will give great advice, but one of us will give the greatest advice.
and it will be me, and it will come in the form of a diamond
Stop.
that has been created through
That has been stolen.
centuries.
That has been
I
stolen.
didn't steal it, Adam.
taken
You do
by an exploited workforce.
Yep.
bullshit that
from
makes
colonialism.
no sense. I brought it down to earth. I made
My
it
pearls
tangible.
come from the sea. The only one suffering is those clams.
Stolen from the maw of an oyster. Yes.
Oyster, I mean, you know.
No, Adam's
thing.
pearls come out of clams.
No,
They're
clam pearls.
not as valuable.
Is it another clam pearls?
I don't think you should ever say clam pearls again.
Clam pearl.
pearls.
Whatever.
dude.
Adam's clam pearls.
The dirty secret comes out.
All
Oh my
right, all right,
gosh.
you guys
Oh
should
my
well,
God.
Let's take a
get
break.
on to the second act.
Stella, those aren't real pearls. That's a chain of clam pearls.
You can tell because your neck's dyed green. Look at your neck.
Yeah. They're not even round. They're like squarish.
Their teeth shaped. Okay, we have got to take a
Well,
break.
let's take a break. Let's take a break. We got to pay some bills. There'll be a little ad break if you're hearing this on Patreon. No ad break for you.
the
So
only
enjoy.
one that is so.
Not,
Keep going.
not hearing ads. And when we come back, we're going to dig into how to make friends IRL as an adult. So stick around. And we are back thanks to the magic of podcasting. Oh, yes.
I love that sound.
Me too.
It's Act 2. We're digging in. We got a letter from a listener, a Patreon listener. Thank you very much for your support. And this person is asking for advice on making friends as an adult IRL. This person doesn't really ingest any social media, which is
IRL stands
insanely
for if
impressive.
Ron lives, right?
If Ron lives.
Yes.
Ron lives.
It's
You
an
will hear
in-house
this
acronym.
episode.
Right.
If he lives, give me advice if Ron lives
If
to get
Ron
this episode
lives.
out. Yep.
No, in real life, not in digital spaces. This person wants to know how to make friends as an adult. When you're little kids, remember how easy it was? It was like, you like trucks? I like trucks. Guess we're best friends
dude,
for the rest of our lives.
I watch
Yeah.
my kids on the playground play all the time and just immediately meet new friends. I'll share a brief anecdote. The other day, Malcolm and Ellis were playing with these two girls who were probably 11 or 12, and they were just very nice. And they were like, oh, they were entertaining my boys, playing with them. And Malcolm and Ellis, who are 5 and 3, thought like these are our equals or whatever. Like they loved these girls. They just thought they were playing. They didn't realize the girls were being kind to spend that time with them. And then the girls had to leave or whatever. And Malcolm said to Katie, he goes, "Can you ask their mom if we can have a play date?" It's like, I think we're just going to let that one. That's how it's going to be. That's the end of that friendship.
Oh, I love that they're already negotiating for it. Yeah. Milo, when he was growing up, I mean, just, do you know, you both have probably done this. People in Denver that are outside of Denver may not know, but taking your kid to the Cherry Creek Mall
yeah, there's an indoor playground that looks like breakfast food.
Yeah,
very
used
popular.
To. Now it's
dinosaurs.
It's like dinosaurs now.
It's dinosaurs. Yeah, it's just plastic.
But the breakfast food was classic. The breakfast food was classic.
Food was amazing. They were giant, like kind of soft, foamy things of pancakes, and there was a bowl of cereal, and
just an indoor playground play area type thing. That's in the shape of plastic and food.
Such a good way to contract whatever was going around.
Exactly.
Too. It was like,
exactly.
Let's go. What virus is out there? Let's find it.
When COVID hit, they thought it may have started there.
Yes, it was either an open air market or it was patient zero at Cherry Creek.
Yes.
Breakfast food. But I used to take Milo there all the time, and same thing, the speed, the utter efficiency at which Milo would have bonded and potentially moved in with a new roommate had I let him. I mean, their like ability to just socialize so quick, and to just, like Andrew was saying, just break it down to like, let's not get bogged down in all of the difficulties of who you are and the intricacies of your personality. You're wearing a Lightning McQueen shirt. I'm wearing one. We're buds now. Like we're best friends. And that's all that matters. But as an adult, you know that's just, people are awful.
Yeah, it changes. It slows down. It's a lot harder. So that's why
it is.
That's why we're here to help today.
Before we get started on giving our advice, like, in your opinion, why is it so hard to make friends as an adult? Is it time?
I think it's because as you grow older, you gain more of your own baggage, and everyone else has their baggage. So it's not just your common interest in trucks or bugs or kittens or whatever it was that was so neat and clean when you were a kid. Now you're like, oh, there's thousands of these connecting points, and how are ours going to match up? Some things we might match up on, but some things will be totally different on. We could be polar opposites on. And I think when you try to fit those pieces together, imagine like two jigsaw puzzle pieces that are super simple. They just have one notch, one thing. And then an adult puzzle piece, there's just like hundreds of notches and things. And I think it's just harder to line up because you're bringing more to the potential friendship that has to be
Andrew, I've
reconciled.
never seen a puzzle with hundreds of connection points. Like, how does
it's
that even
a metaphor,
work?
Adam.
Maybe
it's
4
not
or
an
5,
actual puzzle.
That's like complex. But
the guy who thinks pearls comes from clams is gonna dig in on the puzzle metaphor.
How big is this puzzle?
It's a huge puzzle, okay?
All right.
That's what an adult friendship is. It's a huge puzzle. That's the metaphor.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, an adult friendship is like a huge
This is a huge puzzle. I forgot about
God,
that.
I hate you both. I hate you both. But I think that's why it's harder.
What do you think, Adam?
I think that's close. Yeah, I kind of agree. It's like when you're a kid, you're kind of just like looking for what's right with this person. And when you're an adult, you're looking for what's wrong with this person. I think that might be relationships as well. You're just like, you've got way more going on. You've been burned a ton. You're like tired. You have less energy. You're just like, they fucking don't like this type of music. Fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? You just have like quick ways of dismissing them. So you're trying to nitpick, whereas a kid, you're just wide open. You're less judgmental.
What do you think, Ben?
I think kids get sick of each other too. Like, if you watch kids play for a long period of time, they'll be playing fine, and then their differences will come into it, and then they start being fucking assholes to each other. Like, they'll just be like, but they're very blunt about it. They'll be like, I don't like him. I want him to go.
Right.
You know, and they'll just be very honest. I think we lose that ability to just be blunt, like, all right, I'm tired. I don't really want to hang out anymore. You know what I mean? And we start getting exhausted by
niceties.
Yeah, niceties and the obligations that come with a friendship.
Yeah.
We start getting like kind of tired of it. It's like, well, if I hang out with them, they're gonna want me to fucking stay for a long period. And and if I just go and I don't like hang out for a little bit, they take it personally, and you realize, and I'm not mad at them for their parents were fucked up. So like this shit's
right.
you start to, it becomes more exhausting to detach yourself from a situation. Cause I think we would all like, hey, this person I just go for a walk with an hour, and that's all they ask of me.
Yes, dude.
But very few friendships come with that. You know what I mean? Like a small enough dosage to fit into your day. I just think I personally get overwhelmed by the obligation of an intense friendship.
I remember during COVID, I would basically, my only socializing for a while is I would bike to my friend Monty's house, who I grew up with, and we would have a few beers in his backyard, maybe every 2 weeks or something, and like catch up on the crazy state of the world. And then I'd bike home, and I was like, this is all I need. If I could just reemerge every 2 weeks.
Is how Adam actively got DUIs.
Nah.
While he was
there were bigger problems. There's a protest.
They don't count during COVID.
Nah.
It was a ghost
It was
town.
fine.
Who cares?
Who
It was
gave
a
a
ghost
shit?
town.
No, I think like we all kind of want bite-sized interactions with people that give us that adult socialization, but very rarely do you line up with adults on schedule and need. And I would say, I think out of the three of us, we'll go and give advice. I go last because I won last time, and I'm probably going to win today.
Oh, cool.
But I think out of the three of us, I'm probably the one that has the largest social group, I would say.
I'd say for sure.
Out of all of
You also go out the most.
Yeah,
You're
probably.
the most social of the three of us, for sure.
Yeah. That's not like, I would say it's probably a Three Bears kind of thing here. Andrew being like the most homebody.
I don't know. Andrew has a lot of friends that he goes and like hangs out with. I think Andrew and I have swapped
You think
places.
so?
I don't know.
Maybe, well, your life too, having two young kids.
For sure. That's made me
obviously
less social, for sure. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into the help, because
Let's dig in.
we do come at it from three different perspectives, three different needs for socialization, friendship, and all that. So, Andrew, I think you have a lot of experience in this department. I think you should go first.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Andrew went to a party.
Andrew went
I
to
went
two
to
parties.
two parties in one weekend. Watch out.
If I went to two parties in
Watch out.
one weekend, I'd need to chill for a month. I would need a month off.
That's true. Actually, you're right. I didn't even think about that. And you're right. Adam, you are kind of the most like, I don't want to go do that.
I don't like people.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was trying to get out. That's it. The clam. All right.
All right.
Who's going
I'll
first,
go first. I'll go first.
All right.
I have also struggled with this, so I have a little experience, because it can be tricky to make friends as an adult. My advice is kind of twofold. The first part of my advice is you're already on the right track, seeking out real life friendships over social media friendships, which are like the junk food of your emotional life. But I think to seek out a real life adult friendship, I would say you need to seek out activities that you enjoy, where you can find people who also enjoy that activity. Whatever that might be. It could be a sport. It could just be an interest. It could be a craft. It could be some type of art. You're going to meet other people and then you already have a head start. You both like that thing. Flashing all the way back to the playground when you're little kids, you have that shared interest. And even if it ends up that you don't really like the thing, you're still at least meeting people, and you might meet someone, and your common interest is that they also don't like the thing. But just going out there, getting out into the world is a huge first step. And some kind of organized activity can be clutch for that, whatever it might be. It could be.
Do you meet a lot of people, Andrew, with the pickleball thing?
Yeah, I was going to just give a couple examples from my life. I started playing pickleball with my friend Deb. She was an old friend, but through playing that, I have made new friends. I've met people just playing pickleball. I'm like, wow, that guy's cool.
Do you think they
and
like you genuinely, or they're trying to get to me and Ben?
They probably hate me. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
Yeah, they're like,
Andrew, answer the
could
question.
you maybe get Adam Ben to sign my pickleball paddle?
I feel like,
Yeah.
I feel
Tell
like
them no,
50-50
though.
on that.
I'm not going
They're probably trying to get to me in bed.
I'm not going to.
You just never.
I'm not going to sign
You
a
just
pickleball.
never ever know. But
keep
yeah,
going.
that's a great example. That's just like a casual activity that I started doing. But through that, I started making friends. And at first, our only linkage was that activity we were doing. But then it grows from there where you're like, oh, you start to like chit chat a little, around your shared activity. Another time I went to the movie with my buddy. I didn't even want to see the movie, but I was just basically bored and I was just open to going out to the movies. Went to go see this movie with my friend, and he brought another one of his friends there, this guy named Dylan, and we ended up friends. We're great friends. We're still great friends years and years later. Just because I went to this movie and we just happened to chat after the movie, we became friends. So just going out, like stepping outside your house is a huge first step. And having an activity is just going to give you somewhere to go when you leave your house. So you're not just wandering down to the nearest bar and being like, I didn't make any friends. It's like, well, no, because most people already came there in their own friend groups. But to go out and seek an activity, I think, is clutch. And then the second part of it, not to hog all of the possible advice, is just to be open
No,
to.
You should stop there. This sounds like a different one.
To a friendship. You have to go out knowing that, like, I could meet someone and I shouldn't just shoot them down. Boom, boom, boom. That's the second part of it.
A foul.
I mean,
foul
is there anything else you'd like? Would you like a
flag on
third or
the plate.
fourth option as well, Andrew?
No, I'm good. I'm good with two.
Oh, that's right. There's only two sides on your buttering swords, you fucking asshole.
I give all my advice two-sided now, like one of my classic swords.
Look at all
Adam,
the desserts on this tray. You're gonna get sick again.
Adam, would you like to go next?
I mean, what's funny is that you gave two pieces of advice, and they were both so basic. And that was funny to me that you would
Wow. Shots
chime in
fired.
Wow.
Guys,
Hey,
shots are being
sometimes-
fired. You can't hear.
do activities.
This
Sorry, I
morning,
gave
the
practical
skies
advice.
over
Do
Rift City
activities.
opened up
Be
and
open to
lit up.
friendships. Wow. Wow.
As the opening volley of Rift City War, it's a civil war that has started between the People's Liberation Army, fronted by Adam Caton Hall, and the Rift Liberation Army.
Right.
It's a right-wing paramilitary Rift organization.
I just bet our
I
listener
believe.
is so glad that they've shelled out the money to Patreon so they could have their life saved by Andrew with this advice.
Wow. I love it. And I'm here for all of it. Of course, Andrew lives in the
I was just giving
in the
real
hills.
practical advice from my own life, Adam, but it's your turn. So
Oh,
go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
That's coming from the Communal Liberation Group.
So they're both
and they live in the
liberation groups.
forest.
They're both.
Well, they both want to liberate Rift City, but and that's from. This is exciting.
Okay, Ben,
This is so exciting, and I'm just a journalist.
Ben,
If that's
when
it.
Ben loses the rift,
I
he
just-
defaults to fucking Donnie D.
Donnie D.
That's it. That's it, baby. It's the only way I can riff now. It's the only way I can come.
Ask yourself this, listener. Do you even need friends? Or would you rather spend time working on a manifesto of sorts that people find when you die and realize your brilliance when you're gone? Isn't that kind of a cool way to live on? Spend your time just writing screeds against whatever. No, just kidding. I don't really have that much advice, and I'm not trying to be cocky.
Oh, really? Because I thought I was about to be treated to some sumptuous meal of advice based on your reaction to my advice.
And the Liberation Army is making an advance on the center of Rift City right now, and things are scary. It's things are tightening up down in the streets. We're going to ask the rest of the residents to board up. Why is it a morning DJ?
I know. This is all they could send out was a morning zoo
Budget
crew
cuts
DJ.
at the station have been so thorough that they got the morning drive time guy doing hard war coverage.
Yeah. I'm deeply disturbed.
That is very.
I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, so why don't you guys? Yeah, okay.
Okay, I find it to be. Here's my. This is not a struggle that I've had to have, so I empathize because I imagine it would be very hard. Like I've always had a core group of friends growing up. Andrew and Ben are my good friends, and I keep on making friends. It just happens. I meet my kids' parents. I've got friends through bird watching who I've made. I think, but I've never set out to make a friend. And the only thing I can even kind of relate to is like times in my life when I was single and I was maybe looking for a partner and I wanted to like date someone, and it never worked when I was like trying too hard. You know what I mean? When I was just like, I'm really looking to meet somebody, I'm ready, I'm open to a relationship. It just never seemed to work. It felt forced. I was going out looking for that person, and in a way it made me more judgmental, like we were talking about before. So I think it's almost got to be a little more organic. I agree with Andrew in that you got to go out and be in society to meet people, especially if you're not on the internet. But I don't think you have to go out with the intention of making friends necessarily. I think you should think about what interests you and will take you out of the house. So go to the new art exhibit passing through your city. Go to, bird watching is an example I do. Go out birding. I've met people striking up conversations birding and became friends with them. Think about things that you're passionate about, that you're interested in, that will take you out of your house, and go do those things. And obviously be open to it, but don't be looking for friendship everywhere you go because it's going to feel needy and forced. Just get yourself out of your house through things that interest you and let it happen. That's my advice.
Cool. So what I said, except don't purposefully try to find
No,
friends
you in
doing
fact didn't say one thing about what interests you. You said go find
I said activities that you are interested in. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. Bird watching, that's an activity of a shared interest. That's exactly what I was talking
But you
about.
didn't say it.
That's 100% what I was talking about.
I'm starting, Andrew, to see a little bit of a pattern of plagiarism because I don't know if you've noticed, I've been doing this diamonds thing.
Oh my God. And it's so good.
And it's like this pearls thing he's doing that he started doing is like so close.
Started doing.
It's so
You're
close
Trump
to what
gaslighting me. You're accusing
with you.
me of
I'm
what
with
you've
you
been
on this,
accused
Ben.
of. That's what he
and
does.
mine is just different and it's groundbreaking and it's new. And I just think, I don't know, Andrew, I can feel.
I'm with you on this one.
I empathize with you, Andrew, because it's hard to see Adam just come right out of the gate. And yeah.
Oh, well.
Get out of your house with things that interest you and let it happen.
All right.
Here's my advice. And the tough part is I am going to concede that I believe Andrew gave the best advice. We're
already here? This is where we're already at?
No, I'm just saying I think Andrew gave the best advice. I'm a firm believer in activities as a way to meet people, to get out but I think personally, the larger question here is not what should I do or whatever, it's how do I make friends? And I think we can tell you to go out of your house to do these things and all of that. But if you struggle with social interactions, the issue is still going to be there ultimately, so I think telling you to go out and do this, yeah, you can go out and do this. But once you get in it, you're still going to feel that same social anxiety of approaching people, of talking to people, of inviting yourself, like asking if they want to hang out or inviting yourself to things. So my biggest thing with this is more just how do you interact with other people?
So learn a magic trick or a card trick to sort of delight them, and then you got them, right?
Yeah.
Everyone likes close-up magic, even
delight them, and then you got them is what I always say.
Delight them, and then you got them.
No, I think right at the beginning of this episode, we were joking about children and the way they interact. But I think when you start getting out, doing whatever it is you're going to do, I think whatever way you choose to start socializing with people, I think you have to be gentle with yourself, like in a sense, like children are. And I think you have to start small. I think if you go to a coffee shop and you see somebody reading a book you're intrigued about, say, hey, is that book good? Is that a good book? Like little ways of introducing yourself. Going to a concert. and just chatting briefly, getting used to like chatting with somebody next to you and just saying, like, I love this band. Like, have you seen them a lot? Just gets you into the mode of being comfortable talking to other people. Because I really think at the root of this is just, how do I approach people? Because now, like, at the point I'm at in life, I can kind of meet people anywhere, but just because I'll strike up a conversation with people anywhere. So it doesn't really matter. I don't necessarily need an activity. You know, like I met Andrew, you were on the side of I-25 southbound.
Selling oranges. It was orange season.
You were, you were in a, it was
great
out
gig.
Of,
Such a good side hustle.
And he's just out shouting at traffic.
Yeah.
Oranges!
I'd buy them at Safeway, and then I just put up a cardboard sign that said Western Slope oranges. None of these idiots know that you can't grow oranges on the Western Slope of Colorado.
Well, and you were so sunburned, and Ben says, "Do you need some aloe?" He yells. "Do you need some aloe?"
Yeah. How about some aloe? Actually, I said, how's about some aloe on that jerky skin? and he says, don't mind if I do. And then he stood there. We both stood there silently for 25 minutes, just watching the cars pass by.
And just watch me
was our
lather
process.
up. But that's how we met. I think Ben.
Wait,
Sorry.
just stop. I'm not done. And then I think you escalate from there.
Oh, wait,
I
so
think
you would like another dose of advice. You and Andrew are both just very hungry
No.
at the table.
I'm talking
and
about
all the
out of
dishes
meat.
keep coming around. You keep grabbing more, don't you?
I think you meet. That's what you do is you start small with your interactions, because I think if you try to just like go jump right into like asking to hang out, that all feels very overwhelming. I think just start small with little bite-sized interactions with people that you don't know outside of your house. Just creating a little chit-chat, getting used to that will ultimately slowly unravel you to having more conversations, and then maybe eventually being like, hey, you're cool. Would you, this is totally platonic, but would you want to hang out sometime? Or, you know, or if you have a pet, pets are a great way. Like go to a dog park, sit in a dog park and just chat about other people's dogs. That kind of a thing. Like to start chit-chatting about Ronnie D, I can see you counting on your fingers, you fucking asshole. And your fingers are swollen because you came up out of the water too fast, and you know that, and you're filled with gas right now with nitrogen.
Listen, so sports are good. Games like role-playing games like Andrew play are good. Like you can just get out there and interact with people.
I'm not talking about what you do. I'm talking about focusing on how you
small
do it.
Can I share an idea that I think is foolproof?
Start small.
I've made so many friends from my kids making other friends on the playground. We're talking about kids do that. And now I'm talking to their parents. You just have to. Maybe in your town, there's a service where you can rent a kid and pretend that it's your kid. And you go to a playground. I'm saying it's a service, like a child actor.
Don't be the quiet
like a child actor.
Rent a kid to be friends.
It's good.
Do not be the quiet listener. Do not be the quiet person going to ask to rent a kid. Do not do that. And the kids do their thing. You can't do that.
The next time you hang out,
like, mine's a rental.
The next time you hang out, they say, "What happened to the kid?" You say, "The kid died." And now they feel terrible. There's a tragedy, so they're bonded to you already. And now there you go. That's a lifelong friendship.
Adam is like a real life Neil LaBute character. What's your new?
My new one, I want to change my answer. I don't know what state you're in, but if you're in Colorado, we have Flying J truck stops. If you're in like Texas, we have Buc-ee's. There's Sheetz and Wawa's on the East Coast. Here's what I say. Those truckers are lonely. There's a lonely people.
Go on the offense.
You just walk up. You know, when you hear one idling, you know they're inside of it. You give a couple raps on the door and you say, is this a Peterbilt? That's what you do. Is this a Peterbilt?
Start
they're going to want to talk to you.
You're going to want to start those interactions small, because
just walk in the lanes of semi trucks, long truck. I'm not talking short.
Imagine having a network of adult friend truckers. You put one of those big ass antennas on your roof so you can CB them all day long.
Yes. Oh
if
my
I
God.
knew we wouldn't have to talk politics or sexual escapades, I would love to have trucker friends. I would love to hear
Well,
all about
I
them.
have bad news.
I think that's
I
all
have
they
bad
talk
news
about
for you.
Yeah. Shortwave radio. Get into shortwave ham radio. I think that's a fun way to do it.
So it sounds like all of you guys are saying, find something that interests you, get out there and do it, and don't be needy.
No, what
That's
everybody's
what
saying
I
is
said.
start small.
That's what
Start small.
I said up front.
Everybody is saying start small. Okay, so let's
I will
go
say
ahead
that
and
the activity does matter because I've gone to concerts alone and I find it deeply depressing. There are some activities
I
that
like concerts
seem to
alone.
magnify. Oh, I hate it.
those
I
aren't
hate a
concerts
concert
you're going
alone.
to. They're meetings. You're going to AA meetings and like
No, an AA
fucking
meeting alone
Al-Anon
would be
meeting.
great. But a
Yeah, it would
concert
be,
by yourself,
actually.
I find it to be especially a kind of a bummer. So it's not. I would say that in your life, find the activities that you're like, I'm
Just
okay with doing
shut
this
up,
by
Andrew.
myself.
Just shut up. You already fucking gave your
I'm
advice.
just saying. I'm just.
No, I know you're just. I'm just saying. I'm just adding more to it. Listen,
You did
this is
like
the problem.
6 things.
I did not. I said start small with your fucking interaction. That's not 6 things. I'm trying to save this
What about
person's
a pen
life.
pal?
They're on
what
the
about
fucking
a pen pal?
edge.
That, to a different country.
Stop picking your teeth
Yeah.
while you're saying it. You're not even trying.
All right, it's time. It's time to vote. And I also want to
Yes.
add that
Wait, write letters to prisoners.
There
We
you
will.
go.
Now that's
There you
not
go.
social
There you go.
media.
IRL friends who you're very nervous about ever meeting IRL.
Oh, you're telling me prison isn't real life?
No, I'm
That's
saying that at
3
some point they'll get out and they'll be looking for their IRL friend.
inmates are people.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm
I'm done with this one.
Inmates are people.
believe-
Wow.
I'm fucking
Bold
done with this one
stance
because
over
I
here.
already gave the best
Bold
advice,
stance.
so it doesn't even matter.
We will have an Act 4 up on Patreon. Act 4s are where we have our bonus act of the episode, and producer Ron is going to chime in on this one. So if you
I
want,
don't want to brag, y'all, but we've been crushing Act 4s.
yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Honestly, they're
and,
so fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
You get to
yeah,
hear more-
if we're plugging
more
the Act
producer
Fours, yes, they're the last 2 have been the hardest I've laughed in a long fucking time.
Chatchit the Redeemer, no one knows about that
If you're
yet. They don't
if you're
know.
on the fence about Patreon, join for the Act 4s. They're going very, very well. They're very funny.
You're wondering what lies
$4
above the Rift City
for
cloud
for the
line.
4th act. Oof, forget about it.
It's Chatchit the Redeemer. Could we ask Chatchit right now?
No, we're not
No,
doing.
no,
we're
no,
not.
no,
we're not
no.
bringing Chatchit ever back in.
Chatchit lives on Patreon.
This is unreal. I'm gonna get a tattoo of this guy, and we're not anybody. Everybody doesn't. They don't know what we're talking about. You got to go to Act 4. Sorry.
Okay, so it is
So it's
time
time
for
to
us
vote.
3 to vote for the best advice. You cannot vote for yourself. Andrew, you went first. Who gives the best advice?
All right, I'll go first. I've been voting for this because it was my advice, just minorly adjusted. I'm voting for Adam.
Oh, you fucking idiot! You're a fucking idiot, dude. I'm literally giving the best advice. Which is you guys went straight to, oh, why don't you go to a concert or play some pickleball or something? But if this person has trouble communicating, it's going to be there. You didn't even get to the root cause of the problem, you fucking morons. You're
You
just
can be
gonna
socially
suck each
awkward and
other
still
off.
make friends. You don't magically
No,
fix
you two
being
are just
socially
gonna suck
awkward.
each other
You can
off
still
in
be
this one. I
friends.
can already see what's going to
Well,
happen.
Ben.
You're going to jerk
Well,
each other
Ben,
as
it's
a little
It's
bit.
wild that you
I can
have
already
any
see it.
friends, Ben. How about that?
I can already see what's going to happen. Adam's going to go, whoa, I love the activities
You have
thing. You're
one
so fucking stupid.
impression, and I hate it. You do it for everything. You need to work. You need to spend time working on your impressions. You need to look in the mirror and do different voices and bring something else to the pod. Because I'm sick of it.
What are you guys going to do in next episode? I bring a troubling voice. I've been working.
You know
where
what?
You're like,
I would like to issue a
okay.
challenge. Bring one new riff voice to the pod next episode.
okay, all right,
Wow.
I'll fucking work on it
Here's
this
a
week. I'll be in
sub-chow
that
for
bathroom
you.
mirror. Don't fucking
head down to the lab.
Oh yeah, I'll be in the lab. Fuck
And
yeah,
if the
I'll come
voice
back or something.
bombs, you can't immediately switch to Donnie D.
Yeah,
That's the other part
exactly.
of the challenge.
That does not happen. That's not a thing that happens. Anyway, keep it going. Keep it.
Despite
so,
your
All right, Adam.
fucking
anyway.
barbs, despite your darts and ridicule, Ben, I thought your advice was good. I thought this person has gotten to this point in their life where they're having to figure out how to make friends. Certainly, some of their social interactions may not be exactly where they want them to be. So I agree with what Ben said, and I think I'm helping him say it better, which is start small and like practice. Hey, did you read, like Ben was saying, did you read that
I
book?
literally said, I
Do you
literally
like
used
this
the
band?
words.
For example, in a coffee shop, if someone's reading a book, say, hey, are you enjoying that book? Or if you're at a concert.
I understand. I get
if
it
you're
when
at a
I hear you say it,
concert
Adam. I get it. I
you
get
go,
it
hey,
when
have
I hear
seen
you
them
say it.
before. Just organic ways to strike up a conversation that I just thought of.
You fucking motherfucker! You give me it, and yet you take
So
it
I
away.
vote for Ben.
You've been
I'm voting for Ben.
All right. One for Adam, one for Ben. Ben, it's your vote.
well. I think I've been calling Adam a plagiarist all episode, but I do think Adam's was the most novel out of all of them, which is seek out some sort of activity. To seek
God,
out
I hate you
some
so
sort
much.
Of,
I hate
some
you.
sort of
I hate
to
you.
seek out some sort of way to connect with other people. And Andrew, you gave some sort of gobbledygook. I mean, it was just all
Do you
over
have
the
an
place.
impression
It
of
wasn't,
Andrew giving the gobbledygook?
Oh,
Right, right. It went like that. That's
you
how
know
it
what I mean? Not just, you
Yeah,
know, and
sure.
Adam came in and was just like, hey, get an activity. Find something that you can connect to people with. Ride your bike over to your best friend's house drunk. Like
I wasn't
things
drunk
like
on the
that.
ride there. I was drunk on the ride back. What the fuck?
Oh, ride back from your best friend's house drunk on
Thank
your
you.
bicycle. Yeah. And I think for that reason, I'm going with Adam. I think Adam gave the most succinct advice. So,
Well,
Adam,
I'm
Kate
also
Nolan-
considering it a win for me. So thank you.
So I won. So I
well,
win.
it's not.
It is.
I win
It
because
is. It
it's not how
feels
it
very
works.
Both of you
technically
voted
like
for me.
I also won.
I won. And I also do think Rent a Kid has legs. So I think I won.
You voted
twice
for the
over.
guy who said rent a kid,
Rent a Kid.
Ben.
Yes. And I will be wanting to distance myself from him very soon as he tries to sell Rent a Kid. I think that we all will. So, but
What if I come back next
Right now,
episode?
he's
It's
shining.
Adam's Pearl. The next episode starts with, they say if you're lonely, rent a kid in your area and go to a place like that's the Pearl.
Yeah. It's influencing yourself. Well, congrats, Adam.
Thanks.
The baton passes.
well, but I want to say, I think as usual with these, the real winner out of this is our listener, because what they got was
a lot of options.
a lot of options and a lot of ideas. And I think that that's the big thing that we can take away from this is the real winner are our listeners. Because I do think these were all great pieces of advice.
Hey, also, just throwing this out there. This person says their only social media is Patreon. Maybe there's another listener in the area. Maybe you could find a friend and hang out and go to a comedy show together. Clearly like stand-up. Maybe go to stand-up in your area. You know, go see any of the comics we've played on all these past episodes, and maybe you make some friends through comedy. You clearly like this already. That's one other option you could do.
All right. That was good original advice. I'm glad I voted for Adam. If you want to hear producer Ron chime in with his advice, which he says is, quote, different and better than ours, you can sign up at patreon.com.
Dunk him back in.
slash-
Put him back down
Grolic
very
saves.
fast into the water.
In the
Because
meantime,
this-
we're gonna take a comedy break. Speaking of stand-up comedy, we have a clip from our live show that goes down the last Saturday every month at the Bug Theater right here in Denver. We brought in Joe Mandy as our special guest, and we've got that clip. And third actors, you're on deck. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
I love the feeling when like a comic's on stage and a bit's not working, like where everyone in the room knows, like pretty like early on in the bit, like this is a flawed premise. You know, like this isn't gonna work. Everyone knows this. There's nothing anyone can do. Like you can't shoot a flare gun from the back, being like abort. You know, like it's just like you just have to do the bit, and like that is beautiful because like you know what I'm talking about. Like you paid money to be here tonight, and there is that moment of like if it's not working, you can just kind of cross your arms and be like, go on, you know, like articulate your thoughts, do your fucking job. Let's see if you can get yourself out of this hole. And I don't know what that is called. It's like a form of Schadenfreude, right? But I love it, and I think I love it because I was witness to the best version of that feeling when I was like in 6th grade, I believe. I was in 6th grade. I was hanging out with my friends, my best friends, and they were bullying me. You remember that? Where your friends just bullied you and you accepted it because you had no frame of reference for like what true friendship was. So you just like got bullied all the time. So I was getting bullied, and my friends were like pushing me and calling me like short and gay or whatever. And I was like, these are my friends, you know? And then my best friend at the time, this kid Adam, he stands up and he very confidently, he's like, guys, Joe's so gay, I bet he washes his ass. Like time stopped, like record scratch. It was that moment, like everyone was like, go on, you know, like explain this. And he was like on his back foot, you know. You could see that he was like losing confidence, and he had to like sort of explain this idea of his, and he was like, I'm just saying that Joe is so gay that when he's in the shower, I bet he like takes the bar of soap and like puts it between his ass cheeks, and we're all like. Adam, have you never washed your ass? That's crazy. We're 13. Never once? Not even on accident? Like, the fuck? So anyway, that's what I think going to a comedy show is like.
Welcome to the third act of The Grolic Saves the World, the coolest place online. We had a great episode. Everyone loved it. Doesn't matter to you, the third actor, for you're here for this. But I do want to say thank you to our patron for writing us a letter. That rules. We hope it helped in some small way. Get out there and make some friends and tell us if it worked. And if it didn't, blame Ben or Andrew because their advice was subpar and mine was great.
Oh, and this is
wow!
what I'm
Even
talking about,
can't even have dignity as a winner.
I voted for
can't
you as
even
a
have
fucking winner. I can't even fucking believe this. And
Anyway,
you stabbed me
my
in the back.
God.
So first,
History is written by the winners, everyone.
no grace.
we
no
new
grace.
segment. We do have some good news. Finally, some good fucking news coming
you're
out.
Trotting this back out?
Yeah, well, it comes up when there is something here. We got word Andrew's house is officially bed bug free. He's been given the green light that you are clear and free of vermin and pests, and we are so happy.
Hopefully,
Let's all have a
But psych-
party and eat off the floor and sit in Andrew's bed and drink tea.
Yes,
Yep, it is the traditional post bed bug party where we do a lot of carpet wrestling.
Yep.
So come on over.
get rug burned. You're all saying like, is Andrew's house an epic shithole? It's not. It's actually a very nice house,
Very
which
nice
is strange that it happened there. It's crazy, you know, because
Thanks.
it's
I didn't know that was the conception, but thank you.
well, it's the idea
I guess-
is that you're gross.
That's true. When
we
people
don't-
hear bed bugs, they think that it's because your house was that dirty that it like spontaneously
Can we
created
stop
life.
Talking about your bed bugs, Andrew. It's over.
They say it's not the quality of the house, it's the cleanliness of the person. That's what they say.
Shut up.
Andrew, now that we've done that, finally some good
let's-
fucking news. How are you feeling? Can you do it
I'm
for
ready.
us? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's hit it.
Plugs, 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 plugs.
Oh, all right, Adam, kick us off. What you got, bud?
You guys, I'm going down to Houston, Texas for one show only at the Secret Group on August 23rd. That room rules. If you're in Houston, please come out. If you're in Texas, I think this comes out, if you're listening to this day, it comes out, this is the 20th, right? So if you're in Texas, you could get to Houston if you drive today from anywhere in Texas. So start
You
driving.
could get it on a bicycle, probably.
Yeah, 100%. Bicycle built for two if you have a friend that's into the ACH stuff. So I hope to see you down in Houston if you live anywhere in Texas. Okay? August 23rd, The Secret Group. Andrew, what you got?
I've got a special edition narrator show that I'm putting on with our pals in the Phoenix Recovery Group. That's going to be on September 5th at the Phoenix. We'll have the link in the show notes. I believe the price of admission is just 48 hours of sobriety. And our marquee storyteller is none other than Benjamin P. Roy. So if you want to,
initial is not P.
yeah, if you want to hear Ben tell some true stories from his life, also producer Ron will be on the show.
What?
And I'll be hosting it. So
Oh my God, I don't want to
Really
follow
everybody but
producer
Adam.
Ron's partying stories because that dude he lost his mind for a good portion of his life.
Yeah, Ron went hard.
So check that out.
Yeah.
September 5th. It's a special edition early narrator show with the Phoenix.
You guys, this is awesome. And as you know, it's those people are the fucking best. Come out and support. They do amazing work for sure. For people from the great state of Idaho, I will be in Boise, Idaho on this weekend, actually, August 24th. This Saturday at 10 p.m., I will be at the Shrine Social Club. I will be telling jokes with my pal Henry and Neera J. It's going to be a great fucking show. So please come on out. Tickets are on sale now. I'm so excited to see you. I had a blast last time up there. So please come on out. Would love to see you.
And as always, we will be winding down the month with the live Grolic show at the world-famous Bug Theater. This month's show is August 31st. We've got Brian Sullivan on the bill, Hannah Jones headlining, and a very special guest that you're not going to want to miss.
Those shows are very, very, very good.
Who wants to crack at the credits?
I'm ready. Get the stopwatch out.
Oh,
Get the stopwatch
shit.
out.
All right,
He didn't even wait.
And confidence
Wow,
is
I'm
everything when you're doing this.
It's what,
got it.
11.25 is,
I've got
is
it.
the record?
I've got it, Adam. I've
Okay,
got
go for it.
I've got it. Okay.
Do you mind if I
and-
have a separate clock going as well?
Yes, I think
Wow.
anytime that we're
Olympic
going
style.
for the WR, we need that.
Okay.
So
we'll say
here
on
we
your
go.
mark, get set, go, and then you go, Andrew. Ready? On your mark, get set.
Wait.
Okay. Are you ready?
Wait. I got to spin my tires a few times like a dragster.
Yeah, get them grippy. Yep.
Yeah.
On your marks, get set, go.
Thanks to producer Ron Doyle, Mike Henderson for your help recording our live show. Our theme music is by Charlie Continental. You can follow us on social media at Grolix Comedy. Support us to get ad-free episodes and other perks on Patreon, patreon.com/Grolix Saves.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Shattered the
You went into a fugue state. That was insane.
Fellas, I apologize. I have to chime in here. He said /Grolic saves. That is incorrect. That is a /. You have been DQ'd.
fault out of the gate. Oh man,
I said backslash because Ben always says backslash.
Well, that was
and I adopted
no, I
it.
said
problem
forward
you
slash
had
because I'm not a
listening to
fucking
Ben.
moron. Oh my God, he stepped out of bounds.
That was peppy. That was peppy.
That
It
was
very fast.
world
Bravo.
record time. That was, I'll tell you what that was. That was micro machine shit right there.
Damn.
Oh man.
No,
Wow.
it was a
Well, we'll have to put an asterisk
It was
next
a
to it.
real
There's no
Jordan,
asterisk.
real Jordan Childs. That medal was revoked, my friend, on a
Yeah.
technicality.
Pissed hot. We clapped you. You pissed hot, dude. Sorry.
You
Damn
pissed
it.
hot?
Yeah.
And
Damn
you
it.
pissed all over the place, too. Come on.
You didn't get it in the cup. That's why you were. You just.
You got to get it in the cup.
Yeah. Well, we're getting the wrap it up symbol.
I'll tell you what, next
this-
episode, we're going to have an episode. And I want to tell you, I'm going to guarantee that.
The Grolix guarantee.
Adam, you're guaranteeing a new episode next month.
Guaranteed.
Next week.
Next week,
Next
even,
month.
Ben. Next month. You know what? I'll double down. I'll guarantee a new episode next week and next month.
Whoa, play us out,
Man.
Charlie.
Are there any heroes left at all? A few strong souls that pick us up when we fall down. We look around for those rare kinds of folks. But the best we did was these dumb jokes that town big jokes. We're getting
This clam pearl thing is
Ben, compose yourself.
Get it
This is
together,
a
Ben.
clams are gross.